is going to be an impetus, a push that will be made by the government of India in developing top 50 tourist sites in the country. What does it mean for the F&B sector?
It means a lot. I think to begin with, this is quite an outstanding budget for the tourism sector. When I say tourism sector, it would include F&B as well as accommodation units. And this is, I would say, third year in a row that they have taken the right steps. I think to sum it all, the government has pushed the right buttons and taken the right steps. If you see how the sector suffered during the pandemic, the first step taken by the government was to promote domestic tourism, religious tourism, and that really helped. If you would know that if foreign tourist arrivals are still not back at what they used to be pre-pandemic, however, this sector grew exponentially. It's only because of domestic travel and the increased travel that's happening in the middle class sector and increased traveling, air, train, and all the sectors. So I think by learning from that, I think it's been a very thought out and a very, I would say, phenomenal budget. They've done enough to see that more and more travel happens. So investment in the Udan scheme is quite promising. The 150 more destinations, because now when there is more travel happening, there's a problem with airfares. So I think that will address the issue. More and more Indians locally want to travel, and more destinations will come up. And in that, the one of the most startling features is the development of 50 new tourism destination. Now here there were steps earlier also in the last 10 years, 15 years. But what aligns with our demand is to bring the hotel sector into the harmonized infrastructure master list. This ensures that when you develop a tourist destination, even the surrounding amenities and facilities like hotels, etc., are brought in. And once you bring them into the harmonized infrastructure list, there is easy lending available, and entrepreneurs are able to build hotels at a quick pace and in a very sustainable manner. I think that's another great step which aligns with our demand for all these years. So I think the government has really understood what is required to be done. Looking at the ease of doing business and the e-visa things which have also been announced.
Right.
I think that will also help to bring back the foreign tourists. But I think largely lot has been done for domestic travel and for the domestic tourism market. The medical tourism thing, which was also on a high now, with so much of focus coming into medical tourism, I think that will also help. There is so much of enabling factors to capacity building in the medical tourism.
Okay.
And one of the lost things out was the Buddhist circuit, which had lost its sheen in the last few years. We have some great Buddhist circuits, and we had pointed out how Aurangabad, being one of with Bodh Gaya and all those connections, were lost out, be it air connection or upkeep of these or maintenance of tourist arrivals for these, especially the Buddhist circuits. That also has come back into focus. So I think all in all, this will create a larger tourism economy. This will ensure that the local communities will prosper and will ensure that there will be more and more employment generation ability in the sector now.
Okay. I also have with me Prateek Jain, regional markets leader, joining me on the telecast. Prateek Jain, what's your inference of the